Hello YouTubers and welcome to Mud Max Metal Detecting. Right, we have a new program to try with the Deus today. It's called the Sonar program. Now the main Sonar program is built off of the Deep platform, which is quite a sparky, bit of a beastie animal, but this program kind of plays around with a lot of settings in the main Deep program and kind of calms it down here and there. And really for me it's all about the fact that it's got one positive ID tone and it's very, very high. It's extremely windy out here today, but I will make sure that in this video you get to hear the tones and I'll give you my thoughts, and I'm going to run it next to GMP because GMP is my kind of leveler, it's my kind of standard, and I kind of look at whether other programs are good or bad or indifferent off of using that as a kind of average Joe program. It's a go-to program for me. I think you can't really go wrong with GMP. Other programs though, obviously they're good in certain areas. So we'll see today. I'm on pasture. Let's see how the Sonar performs. Okay, so I've ramped up the audio response to give this full power. Put a little 20p down, which is fine for just showing you this. This is the good target tone with the Sonar program. Very, very high. And that is what this program's all about really. It's about not missing anything, because you get a nice big high super beep when you go over something. So when you're amongst iron, that really, really lifted tone should really prick your ears up to the fact that there's something there. That's basically, I think, what this program's all about. There's a lot more to it, obviously. But the end result is that you get that. Okay. It's an almost dead straight line on that as well. Wow. Super high. Right, let's just do something for a minute. Let's actually take this over to GMP and see what it makes of it. Solid 60, well 60-61. 60-61. I've always said you should never trust the numbers too much, but that is at close quarter. Right, put it back. Okay, let's get down there and have a look. Okay, so I'm reasonably excited by this one due to those solid 60s in GMP. But of course, in the Sonar, you don't worry about that. Oh dear. And after all that, just a bit of rubbish. But yeah, nevertheless, good to see what happened with the two programs anyway. Okay, well I hope this microphone on my side here is working okay. If it is, you can probably pick that up. This was a solid 45 and I don't get solid 45s, so I thought I'd turn you on. Oh, what on earth is that? Good grief. That's got a big... Is that a pot leg? Some kind of pot leg, maybe? Well, let me clean this up, because is that pattern? This is a bit of an odd one. Hello. It's getting excited. Stop it, don't be rude. Yeah, let's clean this up and let's have a closer look. What on earth? Okay, so what do you make of that? I'm a bit flummoxed. It's got a pointy bit, look. It's got a very big pointy bit. Ooh, I say, madam. I think it must be some kind of ornate leg. I'm not sure. I can only imagine. It's exceptionally green. It's very bright out here. I hope you can make that out. I can't see any fixings, but I think it must have gone like that. And that pointy bit must have been some kind of fixing. That is my best guess. But that is an odd one. It's old. I mean, it's really green. Yeah. Goes back a bit, but what a funny thing. I can only assume some kind of pointy leg off of a pot or something or other. Okay, we are length of the probe and she's right there. in the compacted soil at the base, so it hasn't fallen out the plug or anything. In fact, I haven't disturbed the plug. It is true full depth, so I want to show you this one because well, basically I got a faint wispy one with this new sonar program, enough to stop me, but it was faint. When I put it in golden mask power GMP, it was a mid-tone, but it was a lot louder. So, you know, the lower TX gain, the higher reactivity, you do still get those squeaks. They're still there, crikey. You do still get those squeaks, and they will stop you, but you do have to listen carefully for them at depth. Also, I think the audio response is set differently. So, she's out. Now, she can't be big. Oh, there she is. Moved her around in the base of the hole in the end. Okay, so it's a flat piece of lead. Not a big piece of lead, very deep. Just goes to show the depth you get with GMP and what a good signal you get. Standard settings on GMP, of course, today. I'll tell you if it wasn't. But yeah, with the sonar, it is a lighter, fainter signal. I know Gary does like his audio settings set so he can appreciate depth, but I think some people would probably miss the odd little faint squeak. It depends on your ears, really. I think some people would prefer it with the audio response up, and that will give a perception of more depth as well. But I do like that high-pitched tone, but it is faint on the deep ones. I think I could have, another day I might have missed that, but certainly not with GMP. Oh, what a shame. That would have been a beautiful spectacle buckle. Look at that. But it snapped off. We haven't got the whole thing. What a shame, eh? Never mind. Well, we have a coin. It's a tiny coin and it's drying out fast. I can make out Britannia on it. I can't make out the Monarch. Not at the moment anyway. But it's very small. It's milled. Slightly too big to be a half P, and I'm sure it's not a 1p. Well, it could be an early one, I suppose, but I don't think it is. So I'm not sure about that. But yeah, we'll have to wet it a bit more at home and clean it. See if we can work out what it is. Yay! It's late in the day, but we got one. We got a little Roman. A little bit worn. There's a lot of figure on that side, though. You can really see that, can't you? Look at that fellow standing up, look. Yeah, it looks a bit alienish, to be honest, but I'm sure he's Roman. Drying out very fast in this wind, but I'll show you more detail when I get it home. Fantastic. On the Romans. Okay, so there was a run out with the sonar program. So what did I think? Well, on a lot of targets, that super high tone really does come singing through, and I can see why it was designed by Gary the way it was. Is it for pasture? In my opinion, as it stands as a program, probably not. I found I had more power in the signal on deeper targets with GMP preset 2. That's going to have a lot to do with the audio response, the reactivity, the TX, and a whole mixture of things. You could play around with the sonar if you wanted to, but I think as a shallow target, fast reactivity searching tool where you want that high spiky signal to really kick in when you go over something, I can imagine on arable it's going to be a really, really good program, and I can see why a lot of people will love it. For pasture, not for me, but that's not to say it's not a good program. I could see today, I could see the advantages, and I could see why it will be very, very good for some people, just not for pasture in my opinion. But go out and try it, give it a blast, play around with it, see what you think of the sonar program. Links to Gary's video down below so you can see how to set it up. It's not the easiest, it won't be for everyone, but it's worth playing around with if you like playing with Deus programs. And yeah, on the right field, I can see it being a big hit. Okay, until the next time, good luck, happy hunting, and I'll see you soon.